Welcome back to another video. So there's a lot of news to cover today, and I'm going to be putting some eye candy for you to watch, so you don't have to look at my ugly ass while I tell you the news. Let's get into it. So we're going to be starting off with Turtle WoW. Today is its 4th birthday. Turtle WoW started in 2012. It started off originally as a Blizz-like private server of Vanilla WoW, obviously. However, since then, it has turned into its own custom server with custom content. Speaking of custom content, they just recently announced a 1.16.4 patch. So far, they've only shown off some new hubs, which I've covered in another video, which would be this video right here, if you wanted to watch that, of course. We don't know if there's going to be any other content other than the new questing hubs, but the last update that they brought us had new raids and new dungeons, as well as other questing hubs as well, so I won't complain too much if we don't get anything for endgame here, but it is nice to know that they are still adding new content to the game to make it more fresh, especially with all the new people that have been joining lately. The next server I'm going to be talking about is the Hour of Twilight. So, if you all remember the tower mode, the tower defense minigame, they are now adding a spectate mode and new levels of difficulty, which is not really part of the main game. It is just a minigame, but that is still kind of interesting. Though if you want to talk about the main game itself, they are adding their very first raid. That's going to be the Dragon Isles raid. We didn't get any raids in the original beta that we played. It was just some dungeons and solo play dungeons. But now it would be interesting to see if we get like a 10 or 25 man raid for the next beta that they plan to open. Though there is still no ETA on that beta. The next server I'm going to be talking about is Prophecy, Fall of Lordaeron. Now, there's not a lot of new updates on that server just yet, other than new screenshots of Pyrowood. I picked out 3 of the screenshots that they posted, and I'm going to be posting right here for you to see. It looks like they're primarily focusing on the Silver Pine Forest. They haven't really been showing us screenshots of any other zones, so that is kind of interesting. But yeah, there's some more screenshots, and they look very nice. I mean, don't get me wrong, but I would like to see some other zones eventually. Now, since there's not a lot of information on that server as of right now, let's go on to EVERLOOK. I know a lot of people have been wondering about EVERLOOK. Well, they just announced today that their next beta, which is going to be the first open beta as opposed to the closed beta, will be opened tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Other than the open beta, a lot of people have been saying that this server is dead on arrival because they haven't announced the launch date yet. Well, they have been coming out and saying that they still plan for a November launch date, like live launch, rather than just a beta launch, and that is still planned to happen in November. However, the exact date is not announced, but they do plan on announcing when the exact November date will be in about 1 to 2 weeks, most likely during or after the next open beta planned to open tomorrow, rather. So, you'll have to stick around and subscribe to me if you want to find out when it will happen whenever it's announced, as I will be bringing you all of the news and updates on EVERLOOK. Though, before we leave, I have one last server to cover, and that's going to be Epoch WoW. The first open beta is going very well. There were some DDoS attacks on the server, however, the DDoS attacks did fail. The server, while it did lag here and there, and maybe a few people have been disconnected, the server itself pretty much stayed up. It did not get shut down or crippled temporarily, let alone permanently, from these DDoS attacks, which that has increased my confidence in the devs on running this server. Other than that, they've also announced that as of the next update for their current open beta, they're going to be adding 3 new achievements, which I'll be showing you the update here. So these 3 achievements are going to be reaching level 30, 2 primary professions to level 150, or completing Wailing Cavern and Dead Mines. Now, if you do 2 out of 3 of the achievements, you will unlock the Mini Diablo pet, which this pet will transition into the live game, but can only be acquired during this open beta. So, if you want to get this pet, please jump into the beta, and don't forget to report any bugs and issues you find. That is the most important thing about this open beta. But at the same time, you can have some fun, check out all the new things that they have to offer, and get a cool pet for when they do eventually go live. Other than that, that's going to be the end of this video, and just as I said before, if you want to see or hear any new updates of these servers, if you want to just watch me play, live stream, then please subscribe to this channel, like the video, and I will see you next time.